Fighting games are opening a new dev studio. At least that's the newest news I heard from.
Yeah, pretty much. Uh, let's see what else can we talk about before we hit that. Well, first news that I see in chronological order is Injustice 3 is the next NetherRealm Studios game. This was confirmed like a day later.
Yeah, we've heard so little news out of NetherRealm that we're getting to that point where it's like, yep, leak, 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 leak.
Yeah,
And of course, the obvious leak to go with every time is Injustice 3 because people got used to there being a pattern of Mortal Kombat, then an Injustice game, then a Mortal Kombat game, then an Injustice game. So people were rather confused when Mortal Kombat 1 came out instead of Injustice 3.
and right now NetherRealm is actually working on they're working on a Virtual Fighter 6.
Ed wishes. God, well, they probably there's probably some people there wanting to work on Biofreaks too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of rumor monger leaker types go, "Oh, it's Injustice 3, it's coming," and with it, the natural instance like Injustice. By now, there's been enough time of separation from the first two Injustice games and from the Injustice comic book runs, and furthermore, James Gunn's Superman came out and gave people a firm reminder that DC actually can tell stories other than just edgy, what if Superman was evil? And so Injustice 3 now coming around would have a different reaction than it did at the time of, oh, Superman's evil? That's cool, man. Like people now be a little bit more like, why is Superman evil?
yeah, funny.
Yeah.
Introduce Bizarro, but he's good.
No. Well, Injustice almost kind of did do that because the Lex Luthor was good in the Injustice first. And they
True.
never addressed that. Like, okay, well, Superman and the other superheroes turned bad because, Joker nuked Metropolis. And then most of the supervillains also stayed bad, so Superman recruited them to work with him in Injustice 1. And then Injustice 2, they formed their own super villain group again. But nobody addresses that the Injustice version of Lex Luthor is a good guy. But whatever. The prospect of Injustice 3 is one of those ones where I feel like the only answer by now can be please go back to the drawing board and do something wildly different with this
Yeah,
one, right?
yeah. M- MK versus DC 2.
No.
Yes.
Apologies about the mute. Had to crush a water bottle. Oh, and now there's a puppy going nuts. Oh, good lord. All right.
In the most surprising news, I suppose, Them's Fighting Herd is getting an Exa Arcadia release.
A what release?
Exa Arcadia, the one of the major arcade like platforms right now in Japan.
Who owns them's fighting herds? Is it still Labs? Well,
No,
the Lab Zero without Dave Z.
no. It went from Lab Zero to some guy here referring to legal entity and not person,
Yeah.
but it went to some guy who just really wanted the all of the IPs to die that Lab Zero did, and then
Okay.
currently they're owned by someone else. Someone bought them, and I wanted to say Blazing Saddles, but that's that's the Mel Brooks movie. Uh,
Yeah.
it, it's also not Blazing Chrome because that's the Contra send up running on game. What the fuck is it
Yeah.
called? Blazing something or other. Uh, I have it on my wish list. It's not Blazing. Ah, fuck.
All right.
That is not bullshit Blazing.
A few things are.
whatever. There's another Diesel Legacy, something like that, maybe.
Okay, I've never heard
Yes,
of them
Diesel
before,
Legacy,
but
the
these
Brazen
guys
Age. They also bought that up, and basically the uh the thing that these people are doing, what they said that their mission statement is they want to buy like dead or dying fighting games that they can, like indie fighting games, and then just try to give them a second wind.
I see. Well, Skullgirls suddenly getting 5 more DLC characters after years of nothing going on was certainly a shock.
Yeah.
If they did want to add more to them's fighting herds, would it even be in the hands of the former Lab Zero
No,
people like it was with Skullgirls?
I don't think so.
Well, there's probably a good chance it won't get DLC at all then, or it won't get new characters at all then. Any new content, it'll probably just be an arcade release.
Yeah. I mean, these are also the same people, by the way, who are working on the Avatar fighting game.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Huh.
because that was also like that was canned, and then I don't know how they knew about it, but they just bought the rights.
Well, in that case, them's fighting herds might get more content because presumably the Avatar fighting game started work under another dev, and then these guys came in and they just started doing it themselves. And
Yeah,
it's going to get more content after release. They've already announced there's going to be DLC.
yeah.
Them's fighting herds may not be dead.
And fighting herds may have a larger roster than 2XKO.
I low bar to clear, but it's
Yeah,
possible.
I mean, I think currently they're on par. So
God, has 2XKO added Caitlyn yet? I know that was supposed to be a big thing they're advertising.
I don't know. I feel like the one character that I saw them advertise a lot. I think her being added was like, hey, here's a new character. She's coming in a half a year, something like that.
Okay, that makes sense. For Riot to pretty well have said this did not make $8 billion on launch day. We're shutting it down.
Yeah. All right, then
Uh,
DOA 6 will still feature Mai Shiranui and Hula Diamond as DLC.
that makes sense.
Yes, that's probably how the rights were written, and
Yes.
that's probably in the agreement that they can only be
So the
DLC.
SNK gets a specific cut of the sales. I will say I've always found it confusing that Kula's there. Because Mai makes sense. She belongs in the Super Bikini fan service fighter. Kula, I don't know.
I mean, if you have like what you call it, like a biker chick fetish, or like a world's strongest shoto fetish, then
Is she a biker chick? I mean, she's wearing leather from top to bottom, but
I mean, no, she's a poser, but when has that stopped people?
I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, of course, a lot of people are just going to be into her wearing leather, I guess.
Yeah.
Kula was in DOA 6, yeah? I mean, DOA, yeah, DOA 6, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, wait, you said DOA 6, right? The new remaster version of DOA 6 that's coming out. I thought you said DOA 7.
Oh yeah, no. They're adding KOF's hottest chick character, Goro Daimon.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Okay. Mm. I've not seen Kula in DOA 6 at any point. I'd be halfway curious what some of her effects look like in DOA 6.
I haven't seen her either, but it's cool. I don't like her, so I don't have a lot of reason.
It's cool that one of the few characters you don't like in DOA 6, the game that everyone agrees was a big disappointment after DOA 5.
Yeah.
Have they announced whether DOA 6, when you buy the DOA 6 remaster, if you'll get all the hair colors that each of which cost a ludicrous amount of money individually?
Not yet, I don't think so. Okay, I'm looking at
I'm
the
surprised they
footage.
never came out with.
The ice effects look like ass.
Okay, okay, that makes sense.
So yes, anyway.
I'm shocked they never came out with a version of DOA 5 that came with all the DLC costumes.
Neat. Like insert image of train simulator.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean that's one of my favorite things of like people just going like, what the fuck do you mean? There's this much DLC for this game of like train simulator. The game costs like $5, and then there's 5 million DLC. And if you want to buy the base game and all the DLC, it's $1,200.
Oh boy.
You know, normal people
Yeah, I
prices.
guess the real train brands wanted their part of it, huh?
Yeah. Uh, so one of the directors, Nakayama, Street Fighter 6, posted one of Ingrid's round win animations, which is that's all, folks. That's you.
Does she actually, like, occlude the rest of the screen, like, make it the circle around her?
Yes.
Of course, okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, people are. I've seen people say that they're scared of Ingrid because this confirms that she has the Toon Force.
Good lord.
Yeah. Uh, we have a name for the new uni character they're working on.
Okay.
Her name is Zohar. She seems like a she has a stand, and she seems like a set plays owner stand character.
Okay.
Uni players will learn not to mess with Zohar.
Probably, yes.
In last exciting news, Multi-Blood Type Lumina announced a new character, I think. Uh, yes, it's Pleklam, but with a different name. I think that was her name.
I'm kind of surprised that it's still in development, that's still getting support.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a new game or if this is a new character, but it's not Type Lumina. It's Multi-Blood Twy Lumina. Could go either way, I guess. Then, very obviously, Robert Garcia is Mr. Karate in City of the Wolves.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was, really cute. I mean, I think we all expected with Mr. Karate was gonna be Takuma or Rio, so have it just swap off to Robert also, I thought was really cute.
Yeah. The next Mr. Karate should be Yuri.
Yeah, a Miss Karate, or
No,
well, I
not
guess
not
she's
Miss
probably
Karate.
Mrs.
No, not Miss Karate, not Mrs. Karate. She's still Mr. Karate.
That's funny, but I
It's
couldn't
just
see
her.
SNK putting a masculine title on Yuri.
But yeah, old man Robert. Oh, he still has his apes for now.
He's looking quite snazzy, honestly.
Yeah. he's wearing Mr. Big's skin after defeating him.
He sucked all all the melanin out of him
Yeah.
to finally get this outfit going. It was the final piece.
All right, in probably the weirdest news in these past 2 weeks, KOF 15 is getting updates.
Really?
Yes, they announced that in July they're gonna be doing a balance update.
Cool.
Yeah. Then Tokon reveals the Fighting Avengers, which is not a awkward title at all.
Oh, yeah, yeah, they revealed, Shuri and, Hulk, yes.
Yes.
Which, hey, credit where credit's due, they came up with a unique look for Hulk that isn't just simply, putting him in the, old Buddhist monk attire or putting him in a suit. Giving him the Savage Land stuff, hey, that's different. So, that's cool. And Shuri, I like Shuri. Shuri's a fun character.
See, for me, like I would have preferred Joe Fixit to Savage Hulk.
Yeah, but you're never gonna get Joe Fixit over Savage Hulk.
True.
At the end of the day, people expect Green Hulk. The MCU never handled Gray Hulk.
Yeah.
So for your average, Joe, your average, let's say, I'm not sure what the proper term is to use here. For your average tourist, Gray Hulk makes no sense. It's a bizarre comic book thing
Yeah.
you probably never even heard of. It did, of course, raise the question again. Well, people were mad when Penny Parker got revealed. Well, people were mad when Danger got revealed. And then Penny Parker, and now people are mad again that it's Shuri instead of T'Challa and saying there are so few character slots here. Why are we devoting character slots to characters that are not super iconic?
See, to me, it makes sense because you have to look at the game. You have to look at Tokon in light of the MCU as well, because like no matter whatever you do, the main proponent of Marvel's IPs right now is the MCU, and it's a looming shadow over everything else that Marvel does. And so, you know, uh, Black Panther, which I had to really force myself to stop from saying Panther there, but Black Panther, uh, was a breakout success. The first movie, the second one wasn't, from what I remember. But
And Chadwick Boseman, importantly, is
yes,
dead.
yes, and so they want to maintain the brand while also going, well, okay, we can't really include T'Challa because the guy that was T'Challa, like even though T'Challa exists in the comics and we could make T'Challa exist in animation, which fighting games or video games at all could be filed under animation, but we could do that. Alternatively, we could just pretend that Chadwick Boseman was T'Challa everywhere, and then
Yeah.
and then just work with that. And there's a couple like others that I could have thought of that would be worse to include as Black Panther, because like Shuri, from like I barely know Shuri as a character, but from what I understand, this change seems to make sense to me. You know.
Yeah. Shuri was Black Panther in the comics for a while.
Yeah.
And in the MCU, she is the current Black Panther.
Okay, then yeah, that makes 100% sense. Then yeah, and also like I
I
don't.
will.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna really quickly add the Danger has never been adapted cinematically, though.
True.
But the thing here is, if they didn't go for deep pools and they went for nothing but all of the AAA hitters, it would result in people going looking at the roster and going, "Where are the deep pools?
Yeah, where is Shumagore at?
Where's exactly?" Well, he's in the background on that one stage, but besides that,
I just wish that More of their deepos were fucking waifus.
Yes, that has been a very definite problem here. And Tokon, I mean, Tokon visibly feels like it's trying to see if they can make Marvel work more for the Japanese audience outside of Spider-Man. And that is a way to do it. But nonetheless, it is going to continue to work out very oddly because they took Danger, who is not a very attractive character in the comics, and made her a little waifu. They took Penny Parker because she's a schoolgirl, so automatic waifu. And with taking Shuri over T'Challa, that feels like that's another case of like, yeah, now we can make Black Panther a waifu.
Yeah. Uh,
Oh shit. And
uh
yet they will probably avoid She-Hulk.
yes. I look forward to them revealing. So they have said, I believe, that Ghost Rider's entire team is made up of outlaws. So, but not Star Lord. Fuck him.
But not Star-Lord. No, he goes on Spider-Man's team.
But yeah, he's alternate universe Spider-Man. His name is also Peter. That's all it takes.
Yep. Oh boy, it cracks me up that they did try to go for the gimmick of, all right, the roster split up into natural four-man teams. So we've put Spider-Man with his iconic ally, Star-Lord.
Yes.
What?
Star Lord and the girl that died because Spider-Man appeared in her comic.
Yes. A character Spider-Man, for all intents and purposes, did not interact with until she died. And which the comic, I should note, by the way, even though Peter never interacted with Kamala before the death of Kamala, the comic still frames it as being Spider-Man's fault so that Spider-Man can feel guilty about it.
Nice.
Because Marvel editorial insists Peter must be suffering at all times.
Yeah.
And if memory serves, Marvel editorial even had Peter act like he was good friends with Kamala and was like, "Oh no, my good friend Kamala, it's my fault." Ah.
Yeah. They should have had Peter appear at her funeral, and then he walks up to have a speech, and then he can't say anything because he didn't know her.
Yeah. But he just masks it like he's so torn up with tears
Yeah.
that he can't speak. I mean, with Marvel editorial, I wouldn't be shocked. Like you read a Guardians of the Galaxy comic, and it's some alien just way out, 3 galaxies away, dies. Narration box: Spider-Man will never get over this.
Yeah. Speaking of it,
With great power comes great responsibility.
yeah. Speaking of aliens, did you see that that they, for whatever reason, they made Peter's girlfriend an alien?
Yes, I've talked before about how with Marvel, I think Marvel comics nowadays are so fucking dumb that by now the only times they can entertain me is when they do something stupid. This is one of those times where, like, okay, look, if they're not going to allow Peter to get into a serious relationship with MJ, whatever, I'll anything is better than sad, lonely, fucking depressed. Has a million girls that are calling after him, but he never gets with any of them. Peter sitting in his apartment, going, "Oh man, it sucks to be Spider-Man," and Silk's knocking on his window, going, "Give me dick."
True. Uh. So yeah, I'm looking
Like
forward to. Yeah, go ahead.
the only time the X-Men have entertained me in the last probably 20 years is, have you heard of the one of the newer X-Men? Her name is, I believe, Granny. Oh God, Gr-
Granny Cream.
some bitch. No, something like Granny Death or something like some. Oh, I can't remember or the back half of her name. It's not anything so edgy as Death, but it's Granny Smite. Granny Smite.
She loves Hi-Rez.
So her gimmick is that she's an old lady. She didn't find out she was a mutant at all until she was 80 years old on a plane with her husband and her like kids and grandkids. The plane crashed and was fucking annihilated. One of those plane crashes where the plane for real just turns to fucking gas as soon as it strikes, right?
Yeah,
One of those really freaky ones of like Jesus Christ, has something that big just get fucking annihilated instantly. And she was completely untouched. And it turns out her mutant power is legitimately completely indestructible body. She
nice,
she doesn't have any of the other knock-on powers. She doesn't have super strength or flight or anything like that. She's just legitimately she can't be damaged.
nice.
That's it. Like she can't even really throw a punch because she's still got the strength of an old lady, but she's fucking indestructible.
I mean, it's easy. We just get Hawk, and then he just throws the granny around.
I think that is actually what several of the X-Men have done is they've just used her as a projectile weapon because she's, she'll fuck you could probably Colossus could probably fastball special her and she'd impale somebody.
Yeah.
She,
But yeah, as I was gonna say, I am looking forward to Tokon announcing that in Ghost Rider's Outlaw team, it will consist of like I don't know. Is there anyone on the roster that they're not in the team yet? Doom, but he's getting his own
oh,
team.
Doom's getting his own team, isn't he? Doom's probably
Yes,
going to be leading up the bad guy team.
yes.
Yeah, that's all the guys I can recall they've announced that don't have teams yet.
Okay, so it's gonna be three new people. Hmm. Who could be the Marvel Outlaws? That
Wolverine's already on the X-Men team, and
yes.
Star-Lord's already on the Spider-Man team, so that's two obvious answers out of my head.
Gwenpool.
Oh, yep, there you go. That's a pick, and she'd hit well in Japan.
Yeah. So her. Uh. Let's see. Hmm.
They could do Moon Knight or Punisher.
Yeah, Moon Knight probably for the MCU stuff, and then soft serve.
Soft serve. Yeah, you know, I think people would have rational reasons to be upset about soft serve. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to them announcing soft serve. I wanted the pain.
How? Here's the thing. It's one thing to have an ice cream based superpower, right? But then you could do like One Piece and go, actually, this goofy power is super OP. The thing about soft serve is the way in which she generates ice cream.
Yeah,
You can't really depict that in anything that isn't R rated.
I mean, she should.
Like
Yeah,
her only canonical comic book appearance was in a background panel where she is chasing after one of the other mutants on Krakoa, going, "Please eat my ice cream," and the other mutant is going, "No."
just give her a new outfit where there's like a cannon on her ass. He shoots ice cream out of the cannon. Like it's
The way they've censored is that there's just simply a tube in the back. They don't tell
yeah.
you where the tube is connected to.
She has she she has fucking Cyclops' visor on her ass.
But it's not horizontal like Cyclops' visor.
You know, it's
It's
vertical.
vertical between the cheeks.
Yeah, and it shoots ice cream from the punch
Okay,
dimension. Yeah,
I doubt they've ever explained the exact dynamics of how soft serve's powers work. But what we're suggesting here is a scenario where it isn't like the way I pictured soft serve. My understanding of soft serve was legitimately just whatever she eats and digests, rather than being turned into feces, gets turned into ice cream, and that's just how her powers work. I I did not consider the alternative possibility, which is in fact no, her ass simply generates ice cream the same way that Cyclops generates. Her ass is a portal to the ice cream dimension, the same way that Cyclops' eyes are a portal to the punch dimension.
yeah.
Does she also have to turn a knob on the side of her ass cheeks to make the visor on her ass work?
Sure. She
That's the
she
thing you gotta respect about Cyclops. He's gotta have those dials, that the integers on that knob memorized, because he's gotta be turning that shit all the time while he's fighting.
yeah.
You
Uh,
don't wanna get that screwed up and, like, try to hit, like, just a regular bank robber with a full force blast and splatter him all over the wall. Conversely, you also don't wanna screw it up and hit Apocalypse with the tiniest little beam that barely even scratches him.
yeah. I'm just imagining like soft serve doing like cartwheels and shit, and firing while doing that, and she's just a zoner.
Good. I mean, an entirely ass projectile based move set. It would be it's very I would assume it's very difficult to aim projectiles from your ass properly.
I mean, it would be like it would be like the nun from Akatsuki Blitzkampf, but instead of doing like proper Dante combos, it would all be reversed.
Oh, good lord.
Anyway, Kunimitsu was revealed for Tekken 8.
Yeah, I Kunamitsu's in a funny place where, like, I don't really care for Kunamitsu myself, but I feel great for anyone who is a big Kunamitsu fan, because there was a long time in that series where she just wasn't there.
Well,
And then starting with Tekken
she's
Tag
not.
2,
She's
it's
still not
fully
there. She's still not there.
well, I know it's somebody different under the mask, but gameplay-wise,
No, they changed her
Kunamitsu
gameplay. She's now Noctis.
what do you mean?
Kunimitsu 2 is Noctis.
But didn't they bring Kunamitsu back in Tekken 7?
Yes, that was still Kunimitsu 2, who is Noctis.
Right, but Tekken 7 already has Noctis.
Yes.
Okay, when you say Kunamitsu has changed, do you mean from, like, Tekken 1, where she was a palette swap of Yoshi? Or do you mean from Tekken Tag Tournament 2, when she started to have her own unique
Yeah, from
moveset?
the Kunimitsu from Tech 2 plays different to the Kunimitsu in Tekken 7 and 8.
Okay, did they give her new moves on top of what she already had, or they just get rid of her whole moveset and now she's summon swords?
She has some of her old, some of the old moves from Kunimitsu, and then a lot of it is different from what I saw.
Okay. Well, either which way, it's very funny to me that Kunamitsu was just gone for like forever in the series. And then suddenly she's not just back for Tag 2, she's back for Tekken 7. She's also back for Tekken 8, which I know death doesn't count anymore in the Tekken universe. So that's going to play a big part of it. But I still find that very funny. It's not too dissimilar from if Street Fighter 7 launches and immediately they're like, "Hey, here's Ingrid."
Yeah,
She was gone for forever, but now she's here to stay.
we gotta make sure that you understand why Peter Griffin and uh fucking I don't know uh Devil Homer are here.
Oh, well, if Akuma can't do a good Raging Demon, we have to have somebody on the roster who can.
Yeah. City of the Wolves showed off like I don't know 15 frames of Kenshiro.
Oh, yeah, I haven't looked into this because, like, the only thing that's interested me with City of the Wolves recently was, hey, Robert's Mr. Karate now, which, that's cool. Kenshiro, I'm like, I mean, it's kind of odd. It's a crossover from a franchise with a very different looking world. Kenshiro's world does not look like Fatal Fury world. It looks like Mad Max world.
Yeah.
Presumably, Kenshiro would be very flummoxed about traveling to a world that hasn't been nuked to shit.
Now it's
I
fine.
I don't know why he would still be like, yeah, kung fu tournaments though.
He loves fighting. He loves blowing people up.
I mean, that's probably true. Well, that's another thing. In Kenshiro's world, it is a perfectly rational thing to kill somebody with kung fu. To make them explode into just blood everywhere.
Yes.
In Fatal Fury's world, if you do that, you're a murderer.
Yes. Which is why it's good that they still gave him the ability to blow people up.
I mean, yes, it'll be funny to do that to Ronaldo, but other than that, he's a psycho. Is he going to murder small child Rock Howard?
Yes.
My God.
But yeah, like the thing is that, like, cool for people who like Hokuto no Ken. For my part, like, I like JoJo better, which obviously took cues from Hokuto no Ken at the start. But
Yeah.
like, it's like JoJo is gay Fist of the North Star. So and like, yeah, I don't know. Most of the characters that I've seen just don't really appeal to me in Hokuto no Ken. So eh. Then again, that's just
Yeah, I
that's just
have
me with City of the Wolves. Eh.
eh, I have no idea anything about Fist of the North Star. I did look over a sheet of their characters at one point, but I didn't register one way or the other what was going on.
I played the demo of the Yakuza game that they had, and that's most of my exposure to it, honestly.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ed Boon confirms another
Oh,
Mortal Kombat game and more are in the works.
I mean, I would certainly assume another Mortal
Yes.
Kombat game is coming at some point.
And Ed Boon confirms other Mortal Kombat game and also more Mortal Kombat games are in the works.
I would be rather alarmed if Ed was like, "Yeah, no, Mortal Kombat 1 cooked it. Series over."
I've hated these guys for the past 25 years. You do not know how much of a burden this has taken off my shoulders.
I mean, they've said before they hate Liu Kang, so oh shit.
Uh,
I
yeah,
obviously with NRS, we're just gonna be in speculation territory for a good little while
yeah.
because Mortal Kombat 1 left us in a very weird place. But
I mean, the thing is that, like, what else is there for them to hit? Because, like, we've done the Kamidogu. We've done the Kamidogu again. We've done the Kamidogu a third time. Reptile has the lizard pussy now. It's not lizard pussy, but he does have pussy now.
yeah, he actually gets demon pussy.
He no longer suffers from erectile dysfunction.
Oh,
And then, like, I don't know, like, what old plot threads from, like, the original timeline that hasn't existed for aeons is there to explore anymore?
well, they can always just make a new bad guy. The Mortal Kombat fans have a historic tendency to reject new things and just kind of want to see the first three Mortal Kombats over and over again.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat is another one of those franchises that kind of suffers from the World Warriors problem, you know?
Yeah, except in Mortal Kombat's case, the problem isn't stemming from the devs.
Hmm.
I see it as a part of the problem, but like,
Yeah, interesting. Like, they've twice done new generations with Mortal Kombat, and one kind of landed, one really didn't land. Then, like, I'm sure to a certain degree we're going to see a degree of the prequel trilogy of Star Wars was always great go on with more and more of the 3D era characters. But we saw with Mortal Kombat 1, not necessarily the case with all of them.
yeah,
Because people had certainly been calling for Ashra to come back and for Havoc to come back. And hey, we got them back. And look, I love Reiko in MK1. Nobody was asking for Reiko back. They just weren't.
yeah,
Reiko's a character. Well, no, he isn't. But Reiko is an idea who, at his very peak, was the loser that goes and sits on Shao Kahn's throne when Shao Kahn's not looking because he likes to feel big. I'm sure to it. The thing I worry about is that Mortal Kombat 13 is going to be another reboot.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be another reboot.
Because like they're not going to have confidence in the Liu
We have
Kang
to
verse after MK1.
like Mortal Kombat 13 will be the story of the Liu Kang who laughs.
God.
Like we're
I
gonna
mean,
he's gonna make a team of like the five most evil Liu Kangs across the multiverse, and then the good Liu Kang has to defeat all of the evil Liu Kangs, and also Shao Kahn, who is also there.
but secretly a Liu Kang.
Yes. You,
I almost feel
you
like what they
fool!
would end
I'm
up
I'm
doing.
already help Liu Kang.
I almost feel like what they would do is Mortal Kombat 13 would explicitly be again a let's go back to just MK1, 2, and 3, and we'll have the opening cutscene of the game be oh no, something happened to the Liu Kang verse, so Liu Kang uses the hourglass to make it go back to MK1 again.
Not even. We go back to fucking Armageddon. Liu Kang shows up and then punches the Kabito out of Raiden's hand.
Well, God, at that point, then it prevents the Mortal Kombat 9 reboot from happening.
Yeah. Like,
Then it's just Shao Kahn wins.
God Liu Kang comes back and like Raiden is like he must win, and then like cut off you here. Don't listen to him. And then Mortal Kombat 9:13. Raiden is confused. Like I don't know, kills himself. And the other guys rejoice.
Good Lord.
Fucking
All right.
what's his face? What's his face is also there. Aaron Beck, like he's also there to have a cool design and nothing else, no substance. Uh,
Ugh. Yeah, we would Anaras, there's just going to be so much speculation for like the next year. That's my expectation.
yeah.
Maybe like in like you know what? Actually, come to think of it, I would not be shocked at all if Mortal Kombat 13 slash Injustice 3, whichever, slash Biofreaks 2 is
Mortal
announced at
Kombat
Summer
vs
Game
DC
Fest.
2.
Good Lord. I would not be shocked if that's announced at Summer Games Festival. It's Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Dealy.
Yeah. All right.
Which we're
Yeah.
coming up on, and that's you know what that means for Street Fighter.
Yes. I mean, Ingrid is releasing in 2 weeks, I think.
Sounds right.
Yes.
And then we'll probably get the first character of season 4 a month later.
Yes.
Hugo. No, wait. Hakan.
I mean, I'm pulling for the same as always. Then again, like my DLC wishlist is literally just like give me like one of these, maybe two if you want to spoil me, and I'm fine with the season.
I think you and I are kind of actually in a similar space of like, hey, can we get more Street Fighter 3 characters than just Elena, please?
That or Alpha. Like the only Alpha character currently in a DLC roster is Ingrid,
Yeah.
and the only Alpha character actually on the roster currently is Ingrid.
Yeah. Street Fighters 4 and 5 got a lot of love on the Street Fighter 6 roster, which was a surprise considering the Street Fighter 4 roster sucks. But, well, it was Jury and Sea Viper they went with, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Though people keep rumoring that it's like, oh, but they're going to add Abel at some point. And it's like, why? As someone who enjoyed playing as Abel, why?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Another Bison clone because Cammy and Ed aren't enough Bison clones, and Bison currently because technically he's a clone of himself. But
yeah. Well, at that point, they need not just Abel, but also Falk and Seth. And I know people are going to be excited for Falk again.
yeah, but yeah, like my thing is like, hey, Gen would be cool. Adon, I would pop for. Eagle would be really really nice because he hasn't been in a Street Fighter game since one.
Meh. I mean, Ingrid proved that they're at the very least willing to go back for the Alpha Double Upper characters.
Yeah. So we're getting Maki.
Yeah.
We're getting Hume, but he's gonna suck. He's gonna be one of the worst characters in the game. I don't know how they
For
did.
Maki's case, I want to know Maki at the time a lot of her gimmick was just simply what if Guy was a woman?
Yeah.
And Street Fighter 6 already has a different what if Guy was a woman.
I mean, the thing is, like, Monkey's other gimmick was, I do the gyro into grabs, which Kimberly also does.
Yep.
So yeah, probably not. I don't know. I don't know what happened with Yun. Between Third Strike and both of his like other game appearances, he goes from being like fucking top two into being bottom two. But
Well, Street Fighter 4 he went within the same game because in arcade edition.
oh, true.
Which, to my understanding, he's fine in Ultra Street Fighter 4. But like everyone in Ultra Street Fighter 4 is fine, other than Elena, who is tippity top tier, and DJ and Dan, who just kind of suck but are still viable.
Yeah.
Which is always cracking me up because, like, okay, Dan, sure, he's the joke character. They did that intentionally. Why is DJ not? Why is DJ considered at that level too?
Good question. He's minimum,
Excuse me.
but yeah,
Yeah, Street Fighter 4 DJ. That's an accurate descriptor.
but yeah, like for me, the thing is just like they don't really change Yun's moveset going from Third Strike to CVS2 and Alpha Double Upper. So like, why is he suck now? Why is he just not good?
I, dive kicks used to be a lot more meaningful back in the day.
He still has those.
Yeah, but I'm saying dive kicks used to be a lot more meaningful back in the day.
Uh, sure.
Dive kicks used to be better. Well, God, especially in fucking Street Fighter 4 with the Vortex.
Eh.
That was a large part of what made Akuma a monster early in Street Fighter 4's life.
All right, then let's see. Invincible versus is making it so their DLC pricing isn't modeled after Riot.
Oh, I've not heard about this. What's up?
So, uh, their skins, do they have the old price? No. All right. So from what I remember, I guess because they they put up the new price, but they forgot to put on the old price, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're changing the prices for a couple of the skins for the characters, and they're also adding them to the deluxe edition, stuff like that. And these costumes were gonna be like $10-15, and now they're $5 because
Oh, okay.
because people like they got an overwhelming majority telling them, "Hey, I would buy these for $5, but not 15."
Okay, I did not hear about any price controversy with this. It does make sense, though. The only thing I heard about with the costumes was they kept advertising, "Hey, Rexplosion towel,"
Yeah,
which left me confused.
I figured it's some in joke with the show, and like I don't watch the show and I don't really care, so I went, okay, cool.
Eh.
Street Fighter is adding Yoshikage Kira to the roster.
What? I'm sorry. Repeat that.
Street Fighter is adding Yoshikage Kira to the roster.
Oh, okay. No, they're not.
Yeah, no, the
you
yeah,
you are in fact memeing.
yes. So the new color for Marisa's costume 3 that is in the Ingrid Fighting Pass is very obviously Kira inspired.
Ah, okay.
As in, the only way it could get closer is if we redid some of the model work.
Okay.
So yeah. Then let's see. Oh, they're adding replay takeover to Project L.
Cool.
This is the third time in the past 2 weeks. Just going through the thing that the Avatar fighting game people have put up a video going, "Hey, Sokka's in the game."
Yeah, I was confused about that. I keep seeing like, hey, soccer reveal. And it's like, didn't we reveal him like fucking months ago?
Yeah, all right, and
I
then
mean,
yeah, what?
game sounds cool, but it's odd.
Yeah. So for the biggest news of the 2 weeks, the past 2 weeks, Harada is back. Except he's not going to work at Bemco anymore.
And why would he want to?
True. Instead, he has went to SNK. He has his own studio, Versus Studio. Now, maybe I'm reading too much into this, but I remember Harada talking about on Harada's bar how his dream game is basically
Oh,
Mugen. How he wants to license out all of the fucking fighting games and just pit their roster against each other. Versus Studios sounds like Harada convinced the fucking Saudi oil prince to give him money to do that.
well, money is one concern. The license holders being concerned about the presentation of their own licenses is another thing. Because Capcom, I can see Capcom playing stiff enough with Street Fighter to go like, no, we don't want to be part of this. But either which way, I mean, in a sense that would make sense. Yeah.
And yeah, that's basically it. I don't know if they like if there's anything of value here for the news.
I did not hear anything actually substantial other than Harada starting a new studio at SNK, which is surprised me they bring up at SNK,
Yeah.
but does also make sense that SNK would want him.
One of these comments, SNK to Harada. Capcom is taking Tifa. Tekken Century of Humiliation.
People are still going hard on thinking Tifa's getting added to Street Fighter, huh?
Yep.
Yep.
I'm still checking things out. Apparently, there's a video of him talking about like why he's heading this new studio, and one of the points is I want to work on the games again.
Well, yes. You could there was a definite point with the Tekken series where you could tell that Harada wasn't around anymore.
Waku Waku 8 is coming.
I'm sorry, what?
That's one of
Waku
the
Waku 8?
that's one of the comments. Yes, it's not real.
Oh, okay, okay, that's comments. Okay, I thought you read off an actual news headline. I was like, striking while the iron is hot, are we?
It's just a lot of people making jokes about all of the other SNK fighting game series like Buriki 2, Waku Waku 8. Uh, but yeah, no, I couldn't find anything else that was actually substantial about him joining with SNK. It's just he's there now, which makes sense. He did have a working relationship with SNK in Tekken 7 times.
Yeah.
If anything, this if anything, this gets us one step closer to CVS 3. And by CVS 3, I of course mean that he will add Akuma to fucking I don't know. Uh Ikori Warriors 5. I don't think there was even a 2.
No. I will say, I regard the idea of a "we got everybody is here" crossover for fighting games as too good to be true. I am nonetheless interested in what Harada's got to do in the future, particularly as Tekken continues to get worse with each entry.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so we had the Yakuza guy quit, the Yakuza director. He quit for the same reason actually, apparently. but
Yes.
but yes, so he quit and went to bankrupt himself and get fired. But before that, he went to Netties to make not Yakuza, and it was called uh what the fuck was it called? Life of Dragon, something like that. Like it,
Yes,
like it.
this game that just abruptly disappeared overnight.
Yes, it disappeared because he spent $40 million on getting the game together to where it was, which was an unplayable state. And then he went to Netties and went, "Hey, I need 40 million more."
Yeah.
And then Netties went, "Okay, so we're actually currently cutting all of the foreign workers already. So like, fuck you. Yesterday, get out of our office."
Oh shit.
And yeah, so anyway, yeah, like a dragon or whatever, like Rise of Dragon, something like that. Yeah, because Ryoga Gotoku is like a dragon, so it was something like Rise of Dragon. So
Yeah.
I'm expecting Harada's new game will be called The Cans.
Yeah.
He licensed out Ken Masters, and he will be the only playable character.
Capcom already took Teppen. Maybe it'll be Temmen. There you go.
Yeah, but that's too close to that not Pokemon game.
Well, there's Pokken Tournament, but
And there's also like an MMO Pokemon. Well, it's not Pokemon. It's a creature collector game that's also an MMO that's called something like Tamen.
well, not Pal World, right?
Yeah, no. This is before Power World came out. It was made. I don't remember what it's called. It starts with a T, whatever.
I see. Excuse me.
It's gonna be the king of the wooden leg tournament. Not quite as prestigious, but we have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've also seen people saying Maximum Impact 3, and not likely. But hey, if he can get Falcon back, then I'm interested. And then I believe that's all of the news.
All right.
Well done. Are there any topics you wanted to hit?
Oh boy. Not that I can think of. For recent fighting game stuff, it's mostly just been that, like, I've kind of been thinking, like, man, I've gotten rusty, but there's not much to say there.
Yeah, Rust comes for us all.
It does. It really does.
Because like, and the thing
Which I,
is, and the thing is, with fighting games is that like sometimes you have to stop playing fighting games for like a month at least, and then things get internalized, and you come back and you're better. And then some other times you stop playing fighting games for a month, and then you come back and you press jab and you die.
yeah.
I was like, I've been practicing my Akuma stuff in on PC with SF6 because, believe it or not, PS4 Street Fighter 6 and PC Street Fighter 6 have different timings because of the frame rate difference.
Oh yes.
And so I've been just like doing one run of arcade every like once a week, something like that.
Yeah.
And I went from like being somewhat like getting close to being able to hit the combo that I did to uh fucking doing two jabs on Jamie on reaction, and then he was drive impacting me. They hit him with two jabs and then counter drive impacted, and then transition that into the combo for 50% health. He died.
All right.
So yeah, I'm still okay with Akuma.
Oh, I. The day that you aren't okay with Akuma, that shit will be weird.
Yeah, I mean it depends on which game, because there's like I'm not really good with Akuma in alpha of all things. But
Does
then
he have Demon Flip in Alpha?
yes, but it's
No, he
on.
has the roll, doesn't he?
No, he has Demon Flip and the roll, but Demon Flip is on. It doesn't have the dive kick coming out of it, for one, and for two, it's on Tiger Knee.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, that old shit.
Yeah, like CVS. As much as I love CVS, one of the bad things about CVS is that it's still based off of Alpha Akuma, and that means he gets the fucking demon roll, and I hate that shit so much.
Really? Not Street Fighter 3 Akuma?
Yeah, no, like all
Isn't
of
it Street Fighter 3 Akuma sprites?
no, like the CVS characters that got new sprites, got completely new sprites. They have different poses and shit.
Really? My memory was that Ryu, Ken, and Akuma just got their third strike sprites, but they swapped the heads.
Nope.
Really?
I mean, I can get an image of both if you want to compare them.
I believe you. I remember there was some game, I forget if it was Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or if it was CVS 2, that kept Zangief's sprite from Alpha, but changed his face for some reason. I couldn't remember why, when, where, what, how. I just remember thinking it was very weird.
That could have been either because they used the alpha sprite for Zangief for both.
I definitely remember that. I mean, that was around the time period where Capcom was just reusing the Alpha sprites like crazy.
Yeah. And like the thing with CVS as well is that like the only people from the Capcom side who got new sprites are the Shotos, because we
Yep.
we had to make one set of sprites and then just make slight adjustments for the characters.
Well, CVS2 came around before Alpha Double Upper, right? Technically, Eagle and Maki got their new sprites in that game, right?
Yes,
Okay.
'cause Double Upper was like 2006, something like that, and CVS was 2001.
Yeah. Millionaire Fighting.
Yeah. When we played it through the collection, we'll have to do it with both sound profiles so you can hear the new announcer and be weirded out because he reads the same lines, but it's different.
Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, that will probably be pretty weird.
And like the new announcer isn't bad. It's just also not the same guy from the original game, which like there's probably some rights reasons for that.
Yeah. Well, the original announcer was like a big DJ guy back in Japan, wasn't he?
I don't know.
I think I remember reading that, and like that was what a large part of why he's trying to sound so dynamic.
I see. But yeah, like I've been playing CVS2 with the new sound stuff because I've played on these stages for a lot of time, and I don't mind listening to some of the new music. It freshens things up. But the announcer, I'm still not used to.
Yeah, I mean the CVS2 announcer is so iconic that CVS2 would be weird to play without him.
Yeah. And honestly, like the biggest thing, the biggest problem with the new announcer is that they put in less effort, in the sense that like the old announcer had a lot of voice effects and edits on his voice. So like
Yeah.
he would stutter and shit, and that's just gone.
Oh, okay. It's a very plain voice, unedited.
Yeah, like it
Huh.
has an echo, and that's about it.
Oh.
And it's one of those things of like, I can fault the guy because like this is literally not his fault. But
Yeah.
like, we're losing the thing of like, yes, that was a particular styling of the time. Like that is something that is very like early 2000s, late 90s. But so is the game.
Eh.
Then again, there's just a lot of that like early 2000s, late 90s, like fucking damaged aesthetic that I feel like wouldn't be too bad if it came back because it's interesting. It's definitely more interesting than fucking the minimalism that is the thing currently.
I suppose so.
All right, here's a topic we can hit real quick.
Okay.
What fighting games are actually honest? Street Fighter 1. Mugen before you install characters.
The thing to the question here is who is asking, yeah?
I suppose so, yeah.
It depends on what you want out of a fighting game. It depends on whether you're asking an honest question or whether you are just simply looking for Johns.
Yeah,
There's a lot of depends on that questions, which most questions like that, there are a lot of depends, right?
yeah,
Because if you're just looking for Johns, there is no honest fighting game because my character is too weak and your character is too strong, no matter what character you've picked, no matter what character the opponent's picked. Other than that, assuming that that the person asking the question is an honest actor and not just simply the sort of person who has the opinion that they've never lost an honest game in their lives. If it's an honest game, they always win because they're just godlike. Yada yada yada. If it's an honest question from an honest, questioner, I suppose, it just depends on what you want, because what you're looking for. Because a lot of these honest types, honest fighting game types, when they're not just looking for Johns, what they mean is, I want a fighting game that has minimal combos, oops, minimal zoning, minimal rushdown, minimal wake up pressure, minimal command grabs. I
Minimal
want a
game.
fighting game that's just what?
Minimal game.
Yeah, I just want a game that is poke. I want a game that is purely just footsies. In which case, the easy answer there immediately is footsies itself.
Eh,
Literally the fighting game footsies. Other than that, I mean, you're going to have some fighting games that are heavier on footsies, but they're still going to have the stuff that you consider as bullshit, right?
eh,
Because off the top of my head, like Sam Show is famously considered a very footsies heavy game because the heavy buttons in Sam Show have very big hitboxes and hit for a lot of damage. And out of the Mortal Kombat series, Mortal Kombat 11 is very heavily footsies based because, again, Mortal Kombat 11 has, well, for one thing, anything that is not footsies in Mortal Kombat 11 is very basic and kind of poopy. While a lot of the footsies buttons, a lot of characters in Mortal Kombat 11 have big buttons that cover a lot of the screen and do a lot of damage.
eh.
And then even within the Street Fighter series, part of what people get attached to on Third Strike is that Third Strike extended the range on a lot of characters' buttons and made it where a lot of characters' big but heavy buttons also had a lot of recovery and did a lot of damage, yada yada yada. So it can still feel that way if you're playing at the casual level, and Ryu's Donkey Kick is still a really good button. But even then, it's like, okay, well, when you get to the top level, it's a lot of Kin doing rushdown, or Yun doing rushdown, or Chun-Li sitting at the other side of the screen and going, and then popping super, right?
Eh.
Excuse me. And at the end of the day, people are going to try and optimize any video game to try and guarantee victory and prevent defeat from being a possibility. And at the end of the day, when people get the power to optimize a game as much as possible, they're going to try and avoid a footsies based playstyle because footsies are generally a thing that it can go either way, right? It's a very risky playstyle
Eh.
going for footsies because what if the other guy out footsies you? What if the other guy reads you and he knows the button you're going to press before you press it, and he presses the button that counters it? Comparative to, I'm going to rush this guy down with the most insane block strings ever, the most insane mix-ups ever, and I'm going to combo it into super that gives me a good hard knockdown so I can start it all over again. And now I'm not saying that in like a frowny face way. I'm saying that in a smiley face way. Most of the fighting games I love have that. People are always going to optimize the video game as much as they can. And they're going to try and remove all potential risks. So the safer playstyle to a certain degree is going to be, like for me as a grappler player, is it better for me to try and wait for you to throw out a bad poke and then for me to try and command grab your arm as you're throwing the punch? Or is it going to be better for me to sweep you, walk up, and try to command grab you as you wake up?
The latter.
Yeah, it's just smarter. God, I mean, of course, the complete opposite direction. The least honest fighting game is Guilty Gear. Because Guilty Gear is a game where every character on the roster has some bullshit that the rest of the roster
Pre-strive.
doesn't have.
We have to get pre-strive.
Pre-Strive. Strive is still bullshit. Hold on. You and I don't like Strive because Strive has a gimped movesets for most of the characters. I mean, I'm fine with Strive by now. I waver back and forth. I'm sure I'll dislike Strive again at some point because that's how it is with me and Strive. But Strive is still considered bullshit by most of its player base. They still consider like, oh, it's bullshit that Soul can just rush you down from anywhere at any time. Oh, it's bullshit that Faust can just throw out items and even he doesn't know what's going to happen. And they so often win for him anyways. Oh, it's bullshit that Chip is allowed to jump and press buttons. Oh, it's bullshit that Potemkin has a command grab, yada, yada, yada.
You
Guilty
missed you
Gear
missed the most
is
major
not.
one, which is, oh, it's bullshit that happy chaos.
Yes, 100%. But Guilty Gear isn't just that. Guilty Gear is also the most wake up pressure heavy fighting game in the fucking world. There is no one in Guilty Gear that doesn't get a hard knockdown and go, okay, it's time for my Oki.
I
There
don't
is
know.
no one who is like an NRS zoner that is like, okay, I got a hard knockdown. It's time for me to run away.
I don't know why. I thought you were gonna say there isn't anyone in Guilty Gear who doesn't get a hard on from Oki.
That is also true. Even like your very super zoners in that game, your Axels, your Dizzies, your Fausts, when they get a hard knockdown, it's like, oh, oh yeah. Now the real game begins.
Yeah.
And then there's Milia.
Yeah.
Milia players, if they get a hard knockdown, they get such a hard on that they take out the TV. Okay, yeah. But as always, there are going to be people who are not asking, "Is the game honest?" They don't mean footsies. When they ask, "Is the game honest?" What they mean is, "How's the tier list? Is it a is there a high disparity, or is there a low disparity?" Because there are people who are like, "Well, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is the least honest fighting game because only 4 characters are viable." In that case, the most honest fighting game is, I don't know, let's say, oh, I guess I know what we're playing after this. But anyways, the most honest fighting game is, oh god, let's see. Like Street Fighter 4 has a very even tier list by the end of it. As Street Fighter 6, I'd say, has a mostly pretty even tier list. I mean, Jamie's never been great and Lily's never been great, but they're still workable.
Yeah. And
Most modern fighting games are oh, go ahead.
Manon players complain about the characters being made to top stomp.
Manon and E Honda both suffer from the too good at pub stomping to buff, but too weak at competitive to nerf
Yeah.
problem. But most modern fighting games, generally speaking, have very nice, even tier lists. And there's always going to be a top tier, and there's always going to be a bottom tier because it's just by nature. And some character archetypes are built to be bottom tier. And if you are really into that character archetype,
Or a
then you
bottom.
just know what you're. What'd you say?
I said you're a bottom if you're into that character archetype.
Sometimes it happens. You never know. You know, hey, I do like Lily. But anyways, it just is going to happen with some character archetypes. When you pick up, just go back to Lily. When you pick up, I want a grappler that's also got crazy good movement. It's like, dude, you're going to be making some fucking sacrifices elsewhere if you want that.
Yeah.
Because that character can't be good at anything else or else they're oppressive. Imagine if Lily was also a rushdown monster, excuse me, like who had great mix-ups or had like monstrously good footsies. She'd be the most oppressive shit in the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's the honest of just simply, hey, footsies and rushdown and grapplers, they're all cool. Zoners, stinky. Right? I didn't pick up this fighting game to shoot. If I wanted to shoot, I'd pick up the shooting game.
If I wanted to shoot, I'd pick up another RAM game.
Yeah, pretty well. Right? Because that was always a thing. People play Injustice, they get matched up against Deathstroke or Deadshot. And it's like, what the fuck? This is not Call of Duty. Which means, hey, go to Injustice 3. Hey, can we get an Injustice that isn't zoning heavy, please?
No. You're giving Wonder Woman a gun.
What I want is I want an Injustice that, for one thing, has Superman be a good guy. The Injustice universe Superman, he's dead. Turn to Adams. We just get main universe Superman again. Matter of fact, can we just get the whole main event? No, the whole main universe cast instead of the Injustice verse cast. But either which way, I want a Superman that just explicitly rips off the multiverse Superman play style. Shock of shocks, I want grappler Superman. Crazy to hear, I know. Totally unexpected from me.
I want them to give Superman a Glock. Like he has all of his powers.
Does that replace his heat vision?
It replaces all of his moves.
Oh,
He's
God, we'd be going back to Injustice 1.
He's a keep away zoner. he has flight and he has Glock.
Oh
You
god,
know that he
Injustice
is.
1. I hate it. You remember the first Injustice 1 competitive tournament when it was, like, immediately after launch? So one guy won by legitimately just doing Superman back jump, eye heat vision, back jump, heat vision
Yeah.
over and over again. And it was after launch. It was immediately after launch, so no one knew how to deal with it. No one even knew like a counter pick. Like there wasn't
Uh,
anyone that was going like, okay, I'll pick Hawk Girl and just do back jump mace throw to hit you out of the air. No, everybody just picked the characters that eat shit against that.
yeah. I mean,
Which, of
I'm just
course,
yeah.
Injustice, the only way to counter zoning is to pick another character with a fucking projectile.
I mean, like my thing is that like is that like I just want them to give a gun to the character that least needs it.
God, I mean, with Injustice, they might just at a certain point go like, actually, Superman's lost all his power, so now he's the Punisher.
Yeah.
Bleh.
But yeah, like
By the way,
like Superman Darkseid with a gun would be funny.
so that's actually kind of relevant. A big thing with Final Crisis was that Darkseid figured out, right? God, I think Darkseid was involved in this. Figured out how to make a god-killing bullet to kill his son Orion, which is the start of the story. Him killing Orion with it. And then the end of the story is Batman gets the god-killing bullet, and Batman shoots Darkseid with a god-killing bullet.
I thought you were gonna say Batman shoots himself.
Yeah, Batman's like, well, let's see if this can work on a real god. Blows his own
Yeah.
brains out. Superman and Wonder Woman are just left like confused for like a good solid 10 seconds, just standing there silently before Superman just breaks the silence by saying, "What?"
Superman and Wonder Woman are standing there sobbing. There were no signs, they say, about the man who's been brooding for the past 40 years in a cave.
Yeah. Oh shit. All right. Oh, I mention this every time, but shout outs to both the Injustice games being the most monstrous zoning heavy fighting games ever. And both of them having a DLC character whose gimmick is their whole thing is rushdown character who eats zoners. Oh shit. And then adding Martian Manhunter, zoner character who eats zoners.
Yeah. Zoner character who eats.
Oh yes.
I feed my Martian Manhunter, he grows.
Oh hell, can we get Injustice 3 with a Martian Manhunter that's not monstrously OP, please?
Can we get Zatanna back and maybe make her not suck?
That well, that's the wild thing is that your two favorite characters in Injustice are the last two they added, but one of them is so OP he feels dirty, and the other is just a fucking freak weirdo.
They're also both in Injustice 1, which by default makes them feel like shit to play as, so
Yes. Oh hell. Don't worry though, we got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Injustice 2. It's fine though.
yeah. It's okay, we had Captain Adam or whatever the fuck his name was.
No, the regular Adam. Captain Adam would be Captain Adam's the fucking Dr. Manhattan knockoff, dude. Well,
Oh,
no, Dr. Manhattan's actually a knockoff of him. The regular Adam, Shrinking Man.
yeah.
He's not Ant-Man. He's different though. Oh boy, all right.
He's different in that if he went off Darkseid's ass, he would die.
Oh man, I probably should at some point crack open Injustice 2 and see if I can make the ugliest looks for all characters, and then we play Injustice 2.
Yeah.
All right.
Batman's in like all of the armor. But like no, I don't mean that as in like he's just playing it up. No, I mean like he's legitimately wearing like 4 separate layers of armor. It's all clashing styles.
Hey, see if I can unlock the Batman of Zur in our color palette.
Yeah. Uh but yeah, for honest fighting games, I mean there's a couple that you can pick from because there's Street Fighter 1, there's Karate Champ, there's Vanilla Mugen. And
Yeah, I mean, I guess any fighting game can be honest if it's a mirror match.
yeah,
Which Marvel vs. Capcom 2 usually is, so it's also honest. Hey!
yes. So yeah, because I really want for more people to just recommend to this question recommend Street Fighter One or Karate Champ, because Karate Champ, like, it's alright for its time. It's not really great, but you can have fun with it. If the sort of person who asks for an honest game plays Street Fighter One, they will understand the error of their ways. I would hope.
I don't think they will. I think Street Fighter 1, besides the fact that it's boring to have Ryu versus Ken, also just sucks.
Yeah, that's
So
the
they
point.
have the out that, like, oh, this sucks. Do this, but good.
Uh, so yeah, I don't know what else to add.
I think I know what to add.
Yeah.
Pink's playing Overwatch.
Ah, well, fighting is war, I guess.
Fighting games were I want to note, by the way, that I open up Steam messages with Pink and I immediately get assaulted with the last picture he